Bishop Mary Gray Reeves. In 1959, as you may or may not know, York School was founded by the Episcopal Church. We've had a long association with the Episcopal Church. And today, we're honoring Mary's service. Bishop Mary has served on the Board of Trustees for 12 years, which is a long time to serve on a school board. And she also is an York alumna parent. So she has that connection to the school as well. I am going to introduce District 5 Supervisor Mary Adams, who more importantly is a former York board member, and even more importantly than that, Bishop Mary's best friend. So she's going to introduce Bishop Mary.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. For me, it's a wonderful time, I think for you as well, to get to celebrate the actual fantastic work that Bishop Mary Gray Reeves has done for York, but throughout the entire community. Mary served on the York board for 12 years, and that's a long period of time. I mean, some of you barely look like you're 12 years old. There is something about Mary. And I think two words that really come to me most importantly are her grace and her leadership capabilities. Mary brings such serenity to difficult decisions. Because we are such good friends, we've shared some very tough personal times. And I always knew she was there to not just lend me a hand, but to help me forward. And I hope that I've done the same for her. It's been a very, very wonderful exchange. So in her retirement, I'm going to miss her very, very much because she'll be moving to North Carolina, where a whole lot of other people are going to get to enjoy all the grace and beauty she brings to decisions. But for York particularly, I really want to credit Mary with something that she did for us as a board. Mary served on the board. I was fortunate to serve with her on the board. At a difficult time, Mary gave us the courage, the grace, and the authority to make difficult decisions. And without her, without the leadership that she brought, without the hand that was sort of guiding us forward, I don't think that we as a board would have had the strength to do what you have helped us all do as we lift our future, our children, our students, all forward. So I thank you very much on behalf of York, on behalf of our community, and personally as well. Thank you for everything you've done. I know North Carolina will be blessed by having you, and what you've done for our community will remain. You might not be here always, but the wonderful guiding light that you've shown on all of us will remain forever. So I thank you so much.
What I like to do. Let us pray. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I just want to begin by saying thank you for spending your very precious forum time to be with me, and to say thank you to me, and to let me say thank you to you, and to be given the very dangerous offering of getting me to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And thank you to my best friend Mary, who's a joy in my life, and your friendships will go on long after you are in this place. And so even when geography and things in life change, your friends remain. Keep in touch with them and put the energy and the effort into keeping those relationships caring and loving and nurturing. especially for you, class of 2020, perched up there with such great superiority. But I should probably be up there too. So, a train leaves Toledo going to Chicago, going 60 miles per hour. And a train leaves Chicago going to Toledo going 70 miles per hour. And there's 260 miles between Chicago and Toledo. At what point and time do they meet? Now, some of you don't have to answer the question. I'm not asking you to answer. Some of you are getting very excited, figuring out the problem in your head as we speak, understanding you are missing perhaps one key piece of information to fully answer the question. Others of you are feeling a panic attack rise within you at the mere notion of a word problem suddenly appearing in your reality. My father was a teacher. It was his life's work. He taught at Miami-Dade Community College, as it was known back then. There were 3 campuses in Miami, Florida. And he was known for his patience and his compassion, for his clear teaching style, for his ability to inspire his students. Most of his students were first-generation Americans, newly immigrated from wherever the latest Civil War, drug issue, revolution was occurring in Latin America. Miami is still a border city. Many people came to his funeral to say how important he was in their lives as they found their way, being able to speak the language of numbers when they couldn't speak the language of English, and make a life in this country. But there was nothing that could undo my father and make him impatient and the most cranky old man you've ever met, like helping me with my math homework. I'm sorry. It was so painful for both of us. And he would say, Mary, it's just an equation. Speed equals distance over time. This is not difficult. And I would sit there and I would say, but is there 1 track or 2 tracks? Are there people on the trains? Because we could have a really bad problem here that crash. And if I get this wrong, it's going to be really bad. And don't we have people for this? See, can someone else do this that was much more capable and skilled than I am? And what was happening there was that I was bringing a whole lot of narrative into the equation that my father was trying to get me not to deal with, and rightly so. It was good to learn to do such equations. Now I hire people to do such equations, because I'm still not good at it. But the reality is, and I understand now, that lots of teachers, instead of calling those word problems, call them story problems, because there's become a greater acceptance that with numbers, with words, we bring our experience. We bring our experience right into the equation, whether we like it or not. And we were both right. I was given the opportunity today to talk about whatever I wanted. And that's kind of a dangerous thing. And as I pondered it, I wanted to make sure and say that the thing that I most wanted to talk about are the most important things. And one of those is that there is always more going on in any moment of time than we can see or that we could possibly experience. So right now there's more happening in this room than just a group of people gathered in the chapel at York School on a beautiful day, in between our classes, and all the things going on in our heads about what we have to get done. There are unseen spiritual realities and narratives, as many narratives as there are people in this room. And here, it is a very full space. But the thing is that when we take on the equation equations of life, like where am I going to college? Or am I going to college? Teachers, you didn't hear that. You've got to bring in the other stuff that you can't see. It's already part of the equation. Becoming more conscious of it is an important spiritual skill. The other most important thing I've been thinking about, because I'm doing a lot of last conversations as I prepare to go. And last spring sometime I thought, what is the most important thing that we as human beings need to keep in front of us? And I was reminded of a story of when I was a parent of Katie when she was 2, class of 2011 here at York. I was sitting around a table with some other young parents, and one of the parents said, what do you think is the most important thing you can teach your child? And we all, said, oh, eat your vegetables, and don't miss the toilet when you pee in it, and keep the diaper on. All these kind of basic things that parents worry about of toddlers. And then there was a little quiet, and one parent said, I think the most important thing I can teach my child is to forgive. And we all sat a little bit more quiet and agreed with that. And we were all hoping that our kids would forgive us. Everybody in the room, no matter how old you are, at some point you've got to forgive your parents. But forgiveness is the last thing I want to say here at York School. Forgiveness is the most important thing I think I always want to say. But it's the most important thing we can do in life. Because it opens up our experience to a greater reality than what we think is in the room. It makes us more open and more creative, because doesn't hurt and resentment take an awful lot of energy? Gretchen Thunberg, the latest prophet of climate change, has that lovely little sentence, no person is too small to make a difference. And she would want to say that, and of course I think we would all agree, that single-use plastics, minimizing that, no person is too small to make a difference, right? I would say the same thing about forgiveness. That every little bit of forgiveness we can do for ourselves, for our friends, for our parents, our family, for our community, for some random event, makes a difference in the world. What difference would some forgiveness make in our country right now, in other places around the world? If they're torn by war, they're torn by unforgiveness. It is at the core of how to build the kind of world that we would want to see built. So I took the liberty and I risked using actual paper. But I've got about half a sheet. And you should all have one of these. And I'm just going to go through it. This is a process for forgiveness. Because sometimes we think, I need to do that, but I don't know how to do that. So this is just a process for that. I also want to say that I know you'll be tempted to throw this away. And I want to invite you instead that if you don't want to deal with it right now or look at it or you think it's irrelevant at this moment, stick it in a book somewhere or in your pocket of your jeans or whatever. The universe is amazing at letting us find things we need when we need them. So if you don't need it right now, it doesn't mean you won't need it or want it later. So stick it somewhere and let it be a surprise one day. So I'm just going to walk through this. The first thing is to acknowledge the hurt. Hurt is real. We feel pain. Sometimes we hurt when someone hurts us. Sometimes we hurt when we hurt somebody else. Sometimes we hurt when something random happens and there's no human being or thing. There's no apparent cause. Hurt happens. It's real. The next thing is to acknowledge the intent. Was it on purpose? Was it an accident? Was it just one of those acts of God, as insurance companies call them? Acknowledge the intent. Allow some information in there. Next is to acknowledge the impact. What happened? What was irrevocably changed because of what occurred? There might be things you can fix, and sometimes in life there's just things you can't fix or change. To acknowledge the impact. And then as you get kind of a fuller picture, you maybe let in some of those unseen things into that hurt or resentment or burden. Imagine what you would lose if you forgave. What I mean by that is that we often create a lot of narrative around our hurt and our resentment. We create a lot of justification and rationalization. We come up with all kinds of things of why it happened and why we shouldn't let go of it. So what would you lose if you forgave? Because in some way there's going to be some grief around that. We spend a lot of energy rationalizing stuff. The next one is to be mindful of how your mental and your spiritual, emotional energy could be used in more fruitful ways if you were to forgive. What would you do with all that time that you weren't thinking about ways to get back to the person, or rationalizing why you did the thing you did, or how you let yourself down? What would you do with all that time? Oh my gosh. It's actually a lot of time when you start to think about it. And then be mindful of some of the ways that forgiveness can make the world a better place. How could forgiveness make your family a better place? Make your own spirit and heart a better place? Make your classes a better place? How could it make it better? And then ask God, or whatever is your language, for some kind of infinite or eternal energy that's outside of you. Ask for help. Say, please help me. That energy that we can't see or feel, but that is very powerful, like love or peace, or mercy or joy or grace. Ask for help. So here's how you practice it. I forgive myself for fill in the blank. I forgive so-and-so for fill in the blank. I forgive a circumstance beyond my control for fill in the blank. And over time, you will notice a difference in your thinking and your feeling. Many people that engage forgiveness of very difficult things talk about a lightness actually in their body. I know in my own experience for some deep forgiveness work, my blood pressure went down. So much so that the very next day, I couldn't take my blood pressure medicine. It has a real and deep impact within us to do this work. Notice the difference in your outlook and your attitude towards yourself and others and the events of life. When something closes, other things open. And finally, live better, enjoying your freedom from the burden of hurt and resentment. I think the world wants us to live in a cleaner space, not just environmentally, but spiritually. So that is the last and most important thing I want to say to you, Yorkies. And I think that as we all live into this spiritual practice, we will make the world a better place, no matter where we find ourselves or what we do. We will contribute something, because no person is too small or too big to do this. So if it's okay, I would like to just say a prayer of blessing. Let us pray. Oh God, we give you thanks that there are so many riches in the universe of the things that we treasure most and which transform us most deeply. We thank you for the love of this community. We thank you for the capacity to be our best selves. We thank you that students here get launched in all kinds of directions just as they come from all sorts of places. We thank you for the deep bonds of community and how much that teaches about what it means and how we can be good people on this planet. I ask your blessing upon York School for its continued mission. Thank you for its board, ever faithful to supporting the school, for its faculty who have so many years of the work of formation in this place. We thank you for Doug, our new head of school, and for the shifts and transformation and energy he brings to this place. Thank you for the students, the very reason we exist. We ask your blessing upon all who are part of this community. And I pray now that the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will keep your hearts and your minds in the knowledge and love of God and of Jesus, his Son. And I ask God's blessing upon you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, York School, for the honor.
So off to class. Thank you.